Hello guys, I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, listen. I just did a premiere not even an hour and a half ago, and news then came that trumped that. And the news is coming out of Kissimmee, Florida. Shout out concerning the death of Madeline Soto, 13-year-old girl, at the hands of her mother's boyfriend, Stephen Stearns. We all know about the crime we've been covering on this channel for those that have been with us. Authorities are now looking at the mother. A lot of you guys had said, hey, you know, the mom is not guilty, not innocent neither. I, for one, gave it the benefit of the doubt because anybody with common sense would say, hey, any woman would protect her child, right? Wrong. Like a lot of other cases I've covered, this one right here is different. Now prosecutors are putting things together, and we can most likely see an arrest coming with the mother. Some people are still on the fence. Maybe this video I'll show you right now changes your mind, because now more details have come out explaining what's going on behind the scenes. Now, Stephen Stearns is already locked up. Now they coming at the mom, Jen Soto, and this story is going to tell you a lot about what's been going on that none of us knew about. And in my opinion, her fate is sealed. She's done. She's going to jail. Check this out.
First, breaking in the death of 13-year-old Madeline Soto. Why prosecutors are now calling for an investigation into this local sheriff, and how the story Madeline's mother provided law enforcement doesn't line up with what investigators know. We spoke one-on-one with Jennifer Soto last Tuesday. Good afternoon. I'm Darlene Jones.
And I'm Greg Wormuth. At that point, her daughter Madeline had been missing for 1 day. She told us that Stephen Stearns, her boyfriend and now the prime suspect in Madeline's death, had taken the teenager to school. She said the last conversation she had with the 13-year-old was the night before. But this report we got a hold of today shows she told deputies she saw her daughter the morning of her disappearance. Channel 9 investigative reporter Shannon Butler has been digging into the details of this case. She joins us live in studio. And Shannon, that's not the only thing you noticed in this new report.
Greg, no one has been charged in Madeline Soto's death, but we do know investigators are looking into who knew what and when. And some of that means looking at those initial interviews of the couple and the ones later on. Sources tell me the statements about the timeline are not consistent. Jennifer Soto told us last week that the last conversation she had with her daughter was about her 13th birthday party the night before Maddie disappeared.
I told her goodnight, and yeah, that was it.
But according to documents, Sunday night was not the last time Soto saw Maddie. New documents show that Maddie's mom told deputies on February 26th that she saw her daughter getting dressed for school at 8 o'clock that morning, and that her boyfriend then took the teen to school. But since that initial report was taken, we learned from the Orange County Sheriff that Maddie was likely dead earlier than that.
Our detectives have determined that Madeline was never dropped off. Instead, we believe she was already dead at the time, and that Stephen Stearns moved her body in the early morning hours on that day.
Channel 9 has been going through statements from Stephen Stearns and Soto trying to piece together what happened in the last few hours of the little girl's life, starting with our interview of the couple. Her mom told us last week.
We dropped her off at school, close to school. She wanted to walk the rest of the way.
But in that same interview, then said,
I wasn't the one who took her to school in the morning. That was my partner. But yeah.
Detectives believe Maddie was likely dead early Monday morning because the video timeline shows Maddie's belongings being dumped in a dumpster at 7:35 by Stearns. At 8:19, Sheriff Mina said video shows Maddie in Stearns' vehicle believed to be deceased. Since then, the case has moved to Kissimmee Police, and sources tell us that Soto has been interviewed multiple times by detectives at 2 agencies, and that they are looking closely at all the statements she's made. But officially, Kissimmee Police won't comment. So this initial report also shows that Stearns told investigators that after Maddie got out of his car, she stopped to look in that book bag before he drove away. That same book bag was found actually in the dumpster. After her death, he then said he went home for about an hour after going to the vape store and running errands. He was home that day until 2:30. Detectives say a tip showed him changing a flat tire not far from where the little girl's body was found that afternoon.
All right, Shannon, it is starting to piece together. Thank you. We also spoke to suspect Stephen Stearns before he was arrested. He also told us he dropped off Madeline for school the morning of her disappearance.
She was asleep for most of the way. Told her have a good day at school when she got out. I love her. She said thanks, love you too. That was it.
Again, law enforcement believes Stearns never drove Madeline to school and that she was already dead that morning.
Greg, also breaking this afternoon, the state attorney's office says it's asking the Florida Department of Law Enforcement to investigate how and why a photo that appeared to be a body in the woods was posted to the Osceola County Sheriff's personal Instagram page. The photo was posted less than 24 hours after investigators found Madeline Soto's body. Sheriff Marcos Lopez, who you see here, said he accidentally posted the image when sharing a post of himself visiting a senior citizens area. The sheriff's office has not said why the sheriff had the photo or who took it.
Well, guys, you heard what the news anchor said. It's slowly coming together. Stephen Stearns killed Madeline Soto in the house. I thought that when I first did the story, because it was weird how, like, you know, when I was telling the story, I was like, he did something to her in the home. And a lot of people was asking, okay, well, how did he get the body in the car and all this stuff? He must have did it in the wee hours of the morning. So a lot of the testimony that she gave police is a lie, where she said she seen her early in the morning. You lied. You lied. Claimed to see your daughter the morning of the death. Then told the news people, you know, you seen her the night you talked to her when it was her birthday. That was on Sunday. So which one is it? This is the thing that's funny. He said she was sleeping in the car. I think he said that in case any type of camera saw him in the car with the dead body. And she was laid up on, I guess, against the door, or laid back with her hair across her face or whatever. So he could say, oh, she was asleep half of the way. Now I'm gonna show you something. See this map up here? This map is where he said he dropped her off at. Now, if you look up there, I got that green line. I can't draw. I got that green line up there. That line is approximately, I think they said like a quarter mile. Now, by car, it's supposed to be 2 minutes. It's a 6-minute walk on foot. My thing is, if you go and Google map that intersection, right? Why, if she was embarrassed about the car and you dropped her off there, why would you drop her off where it's a whole neighborhood that she would have to walk through and then back up some roads to get to her school? Why would you leave her off that far? You could have got within sight of the school and then dropped her off. It makes no sense. That makes no sense. You can see the mom, Jen Soto, she in hot water, man. They interviewed her multiple times and the story's not adding up. That's why the Kissimmee police is keeping their mouth closed, because they mounting a case against her. This classic police protocol, what they do, they're not going to say nothing until they got it all. I think that's part of the reason why they ain't charged him with the murder yet, because they don't know if she was even at work or not. They don't. Check it out. She ain't built for the lies. She not. She's shaking her leg, looking up, getting coached. She not built for this. That pressure killing her. Another thing I want you to notice. You see the picture where she was hugging up on him? Think about that. You hugging up with a dude. He more distraught than you are, and you the mother. You rubbing on him, he crying on you in front of these news people, acting like he He accepts all of the blame for what happened. You accept some of that blame too, because that falls on you. Think about that. If somebody's crying, if you got a husband is a pillar of strength, or a boyfriend or whatever, the male of the house, pillar of strength, having guilt, breaking down in your arms. That wouldn't do nothing to you as a woman. Look at her in the picture. Hugging him, chin on his head, looking straight. Look at the look on her face. She like, oh shit, this is crazy. She know what she did was wrong and she's battling within herself. That's why she jumping like that. That's just why she jumping like that. She knows he killed this girl. I wouldn't be surprised if he told her before he got rid of the body. I'm dead serious, y'all. He could have called her like, oh, I messed up. Oh, she's not responsible. It could be anything like that. I mean, I'm not putting nothing past these people now. I'm not. You can't even give a normal statement and been interviewed multiple times. You know, she in there jumping and all that stuff. They police train to look for that type of stuff. I think that interview messed her up. That did her in. That interview did her in. Another thing is, I said in an earlier video, a video I did before on this case, I said he's cowardly and he don't want to be in jail no more than he have to be. You seen what he did in court when he was talking to the, he told his lawyer, don't say my charges, because he didn't want the inmates to get in that ass. He's sitting in there long enough. What happened? You start to crack, pressure bust pipes. He might say something to see if he can get less time. But then again, this dude got a child like mine, and he might be like, oh, I'm already in trouble, so I'll just sit here. As long as I keep my mouth closed, I won't get that murder charge. But they got his girlfriend out here, and she soft as drugstore cotton and cracked like glass under pressure. It's only a matter of time. Because I thought that he would say something, but then again, he got this smug attitude. He might not say anything because he knows when the police do their due diligence, the mom gonna get caught anyway. That's how I feel about it. Look, this is even worse. You got caught. You caught a flat over there where you dumped the body at. They got you on camera near the murder scene. Overwhelming evidence. This woman was hugging and consoling the man she knew killed her child. That's why her face was like that when she was hugging him. She was like, that's not even a natural response of being empathetic or sympathetic to a loved one. It's not. Like I said before, they need to lift the jail up and throw him under it. Her with him in a lover's embrace as the shadow closes in on their dumb ass. Crush him. Man, who don't take care of it? Who don't protect the child, man? I mean, Maddie never had a chance, y'all. She didn't. And more stuff will come out. There's rumors floating around the internet that this little girl was pregnant. 2 years of abuse. I can't put nothing past that. What if he told her, hey, what if she said, hey, he said something to her, or he had her take a test? I mean, I'm just talking. I don't want to hear no negative comments, but we just going on. Something made him do that now rather than before. And that's the thing. He been doing this for a while, and the mother never said anything. I know he had to say something to the mother. Somebody said something in the premiere, in the live chat. They said sometimes women blame the daughter for the abuse that they get from the man. This might be another case of that too. Maddie might not have thought she had anybody she could trust and talk to and tell. Either way, they both need to be out of here. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. The story gets worse and worse. See you in the next video. Take care.